sir. We're here on the final episode of season 1 of the Humblist. Welcome one, welcome all. My name is Dante. I'm your host. And here again, once again, with my boy V, bro.
I'm doing good, man. I see you don't have any Canada gear. Like you can see, I brought my Canada flag because this is the season finale. Gotta go.
Right.
And we're repping our home country, so.
That's right. Thank you very much for repping for both of us there. You got the scarf, you got the shirt, and you got the flag. This is the part of our heritage episode. And as our finale, we're wrapping this up by talking a little bit about the Canadian music heavyweights. This is something that I've been kind of toying with in the back of my head. And, what better way to wrap up our show than with a big episode like this? It's a jam-packed full episode, too. We actually have, thank you very much. These are our topics that we see below there. So, V and I, we're going to go over our top 11 Canadian artists, some of our favorite songs. We were going to make a list, but there's way too many tracks, so just going to talk about a few of our favorite songs. We have a couple of special guests that are going to join us for some of our discussions. And of course, we had an indie feature. V, how many indie features we got?
We got 2 indie features.
Okay.
And, if we were better planners, as we,
probably we're learning that we're not.
In season 2. Stay tuned.
Watch out, season 2, guys. Watch out. Season 2
will be up. The content will be up. But yeah, if we were better planners, our features would be from Canada, but they're not. And
okay.
But it's very Canadian of us to welcome all cultures, all countries. So we have one from Boston, USA, Wendy Lucas, and we have Beser from Mexico. Very cool, right?
Awesome. Very cool. I love it when we go international. We hear different sounds. It's always cool to check out new music from all over the world. And our special guests, though, we're doing our Canadian part on their special guests, though. We got some people, some local talent here with us. Some of our favorites, actually. Our boy Jeff Blackwood here, who was our first ever interview, is going to be joining us. He's a music producer. And, of course, the very lovely and talented Paige Blossom, who just dropped her EP, Vincent, that's going to join us a little bit later on. So cool. Super excited about that. But let's dive right in. Let's dive right into the part of our heritage episode. We asked out there earlier in the week. We put an ask out to everyone. What was some of your favorite Canadian songs, or who was the biggest Canadian artist out there?
Right.
You got some answers for us?
Yeah, we got some really good group participation.
Lay it on me, baby. Lay it on me.
To engage with our community and showcase them and bring them on board like we are with Jeff and Paige. But let me go down the list and let you know everyone who got involved. So we have Federico from Chile, who's his favorite is Arcade Fire, which around maybe they are or aren't on our top list. We'll see.
Maybe teaser.
We got Paul, who's been really supportive. He participates in every episode, and he had to say Rush. Maybe the top one at Rush and Alexis on Fire. I was never really into Alexis on Fire. And some tracks for Rush, I really like. But yeah, we have a Beatty with Our Lady Peace.
Oh my gosh, of course.
Navid. Ooh.
Superman's Dead, right? Wasn't that their song?
Superman's Dead, yes.
That was a massive track.
Very, very influential. And then we've got, of course, Paige. I'm sure maybe she'll mention him, when she's on air a bit more. But Shawn Mendes, Alicia Cara, and Celine Dion.
Here you go.
See if they make a list or who makes the list on that. Bone said the Spin Doctors, and I might have to call. I might have to call them out. I'm not sure if the Spin Doctors are Canadian.
The Spin Doctors. Okay, keep going. I'm gonna look that up right now.
I'm not sure.
I'll look that up right now while you go on. Go on.
Okay, Spin Doctors, right? You remember that Two Princes song, right?
That's right.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We've got Chris, your friend Chris, who mentioned Drake and Bieber, which of course can't go wrong with those ones. And then Mervin with the Crash Test Dummies. Do you remember the Ballad of Peter Pumpkinhead?
Oh my gosh, yeah. And I think they had a Superman's Dead song too, didn't they? Or
Superman, yeah, something weird there. Yeah, you're right. And then we got Marty with the Tragically Hip.
Okay.
That's got classic there. One of our other features, I think he was shouting out his boy there, Fenzo or Fen Ozone the God or something. I don't really know who that is. I'm guessing it's one of his local boys. And then we've got Elisa, and she was talking about seems like a little bit more classical influence and a little bit with the tenors, the Canadian.
Oh my god, the tenors! Oh my gosh, totally forgot about the tenors, man. I saw those guys perform live, man. These guys are killers, man. The tenors.
Yeah,
oh, Lord. Oh
like blowing your mind, but yeah, okay. She said that, and Billy Raffel and Pavlov, the guitarist. So those are the group participation. Pretty awesome when you think about it.
That's great.
We're talking to Blackwood earlier, and I was just like, this episode, and as I was sharing all those songs on Instagram, it really got me like in my feels, made me feel really patriotic, like how amazing and how talented our country is. Sure. Considering how small in population compared to the States, the amount of heavyweights we have, like per capita, you got to say something might be up here and something might be going on up north.
That's right, man. There's definitely some talented people. I think a lot of it has to do with the mix of cultures and the diversity that Canada is. Like a lot of different sounds, a lot of different people bring a lot of different instruments. So I think it's a very lively, full sound. Looks like our chat group is going on a little bit here too. I see some people that are talking to us. Yeah, shout out to there, Bobby. Yeah, Bobby, love you.
Bobby Peterson's enough love to you, brother. We got Digi. He's telling us that our connection is quite.
That's all right. Just like you, man. See, we're all alike, right? There's the similarities between us, the crappy internet connection. But V, we got to get into our stuff here. We got to get it into our content. So we were going to talk about a few of the big songs, our big songs. Off the top of your head, I mean, like for me, Northern Touch in terms of like a hip hop song, and songs like Drop the Needle by Maestro Fresh West. Those two songs in particular were massive for hip hop for me. So I love those two off the top.
Drop the Needle? Okay, yeah. We're talking about our songs now, right? Okay, right. So I've got I made a list of my own on that, and included there was Chaos, especially like his early album. For those that don't know Chaos, he's a hip hop artist. He was originally only supposed to make one album, and that album was called Exit. So Exit.
Fantastic album.
Wicked album. That really got me inspired to create hip hop. That album.
My gosh, that was amazing album. Yeah.
It was amazing. And so multiple tracks on that album. You got the song Follow Me, but then you also, from his other album, Joyful Rebellion, you got Crucial. Man, I Used to Be, a lot of like old school vibes, the snare, very MJ sounding like.
Yeah. Crucial is a good song, yeah.
Stompa, Serena Ryder. I absolutely love that track. Remix that track. I love it that much. It's not even a hip hop song. And like the kick is, oh my gosh, like the kick and snare on that track, amazing. What else? I'm looking at my list.
I gotta say Leonard Cohen. I'm gonna jump in Leonard Cohen, Hallelujah, like his version.
Yeah, get it in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy's voice was amazing. Like just so raw and grizzled,
And if we're going to kind of go along with those epics, and Celine Dion's "My Heart Will Go On." I mean, like as much as Celine Dion's not my thing, like that song was like a heavyweight, a Titanic of a song, if you will.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about like Canadians. I think the Canadians have like, again, something's going on up here. Unique voices, just like the tone. And like the way it sits, it just sounds different. So we were talking about Leonard Cohen, got interesting voice. You don't love him as much as I do, and I know Blackwood doesn't as much. But Neil Young, amazing, unique voice. Yeah. Grimes, amazing, unique voice. I'm missing someone else.
Well, those aren't songs though; those are artists. Though, do you have a particular track from Grimes or from?
Yeah, Grimes, Genesis. Check that track out. Be a Body. Check that track out. Oblivion, all unique, by Grimes. Hey, My, Neil Young. Ooh, huge track. Yeah.
Something like Poets from the Tragically Hip. Like I'm not a big hip guy either, but like Poets was one of those songs that sort of kind of crossed over, and I started hearing it everywhere I went. So definitely that one.
And for me, Nautical Disaster for Tragically Hip. That's a big one, and Grace too.
How about this one? Deep cut there, Constant Craving by Katie Lang.
Oh, is it just like in your head, or like you
yeah,
got
it just kind of popped up, man.
right there? I dig it. I dig it, and like I like the, we obviously, as we go through our numbers of artists, like our top 11, there is the deep cuts that we appreciate, and so with Drake, I love the motion, that jam, like very unique.
Okay, sure.
5 a.m. in Toronto, we were talking with Blackwood about that, and then the Weeknd from his mixtape.
Sorry, that Bryan Adams track that we were talking as well, from the Robin Hood soundtrack. It's not. Don't want to miss a thing. It's on the tip of my tongue. What was that Bryan Adams track?
Tell us in the chat.
Let us know in the chat if you guys remember Bryan Adams. He did that song for that Robin Hood movie.
Everything I do. I don't know.
Do it for you. Everything you do, I do it for you. Absolutely right, V. You nailed it out of the park like you always do.
Thank you, man. Thank you. So let's go through our top 11, because I know we have some guests here that I can see in the green room that are just to jump on in the mix. So let's start. Starting with number 11, 10, and 9.
All right. So we wanted to do a top 10, but there's no way we could we couldn't even agree to our 11. So this is a compromised list. Now this is a list made up of our opinions plus a little bit of like raw numbers, how successful they are, but mainly it's really what was impactful for us. All right. So we debated this, but we're starting at number 11, Michael Bublé. Now, Michael Bublé, I fought to get this guy on the list. I love that sound. I love the Kroner music that's going in there. So he had to have a place for me. Michael Bublé, number 11. V, don't tell me you left me, V. Don't tell me. Oh, good. Thank God.
Oh, yeah, I'm still here, thankfully.
Thank
God. It almost happened.
It almost happened, our worst nightmare. Okay, so that was number 11. V, number 10, hit me.
Shania Twain, multiple Grammy Award winner, right? Yeah. And I think for the longest time, maybe she was the Canadian who had the most Grammys.
I got a question for you. Would you rather have like maybe 4 or 5 Grammys for like songwriter or song of the year, or would you rather have 1 Grammy for album of the year?
Well, this was the debate we had, right? Because Shania Twain, the Grammys that she won were all in her category, whereas and a group that I fought to get on the list that I'll talk about later, they won Album of the Year. And I think that winning Album of the Year across all genres is a little bit more, I don't know, it says a little bit more because you're competing with every genre. But that's what I say.
Yeah, let's throw that question to Jeff and to Paige when they jump on there to see what would carry more weight for them. But definitely Shania Twain. And if we want to talk about a banger, that Man, I Feel Like a Woman, that was a huge song for her.
Yeah. She inspired a lot of like country artists and a next wave of Canadian artists. So no there. Like I can see that, she should be on the list for sure. And number 9, Leonard
Cohen. So we touched about him. Sorry, V, I'm cutting you off there. We touched about him a little bit earlier. V, you were mentioning how raw and passionate his voice was. He is definitely our oldest artist, I believe, on this list, but he is definitely a heavyweight. Sorry, go ahead. Finish your thought.
Yeah, I'm just saying rest in peace. R.I.P.
Thank you for that. Rest in peace. You're right. Way to wrap that up. Listen me up. Number 8. Bryan Adams. Now, Bryan Adams was a little controversial recently. We're not going to get too much into his tweet activity, but he did come out with a controversial one a little bit ago. But he had some bangers in his day.
Right? Like he was big in the 80s.
That's right. Summer of '69, right? That was one of those all-time songs. And he was the epitome of like that rock and roll Canadian icon, I guess. He was our Bon Jovi, pretty much.
Right. Oh, we got some love for Leonard Cohen there.
That's right. Definitely. Hallelujah. Number 7. Hit me. 7.
Tragically Hip. We were saying, like, what Canadian list can you can't have a list without the Tragically Hip. It's, representing that small town, being from Kingston, Gordon
jackets.
Yeah, right? So, like, it's just that small town vibe, and, like, the catalog so deep. I tend to go for the cuts that are, some people don't like, but hey, it is what it is. And again, R.I.P. Gord Downey.
That's right. Number 6, The Weeknd. The Weeknd, like, of course. I mean, he's definitely up and coming, and he looks like he's just getting started. But like, he's putting out some definite classics, and his sound is evolving. From what it was when he first started. I know you love the synth. I know you love his '80s vibe that he's going through right now. What other thoughts you got there for the Weeknd?
I think he would have been a little bit lower on my list and on this list if personally, I think his last album wasn't as strong as Starboy. I just thought not like he went a step back. Like, he has some absolute bangers on this album, but right. I just think the sound didn't evolve as much. So I'll be curious to see where he evolves from. But especially Starboy, like that album front to back is like that could be top 3 for me. So.
Oh, that's heavy. Yeah. Okay, let's keep it rolling.
Okay, we're gonna keep it rolling. As soon as I find it, I will let you know.
Awesome. Let me know. I'm anticipating. Ooh, Arcade Fire. Now, I love Arcade Fire because they are very eclectic sound of different collection of instruments. It's definitely unique. Win Butler loves basketball. I love the fact that he plays in the NBA All-Star Celebrity Game all the time, and he's a really kind of hardcore guy. They're very vocal politically. A very fun, powerful band. What are your thoughts on Arcade Fire?
So that was the group I was telling you about that they won Album of the Year in 2011, I believe. And I think that to me is more impactful than, multiple
right
in your own genre. I just think because I think that's the Grammy that they have. And it just seems like it's, like they beat out everyone, like pop, hip hop, country, like they beat out everyone. And, that's saying something.
Right. Not bad. Number 4, we touched on Celine Dion a little bit earlier. Holy cow, it looks like our chat room board is blowing up a little bit. Celine Dion, definitely, she's got songs after song after song of ballads. She's like, our Bette Midler, America's Bette, our version of Bette Midler or something like that, or Barbara Streisand, just a timeless sort of diva of a voice. So definitely Celine Dion's got to get a place on the list, I would think.
Yes, I agree. I mean, again, I know you're a little bit more voting in for her, but you can't deny how big that's like that Titanic song was like massive. I think I looked on. I think she might have 1 billion streams on that, or like I don't know, 100. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe like 300 million or something like substantial. Yeah, like on Spotify, like it was crazy.
Big difference between 300 million and 1 billion, bro.
But yeah, whatever. I would take either or. Like, but if you think about it, like her generation was like 90s. I would like to say probably right 90s,
yep.
2000s, early 2000s,
yep.
And for her to have that many streams is like that's significant, right? Like the streaming demographic is probably a lot younger people, right? Than her audience. So that's saying something. Most definitely.
Shall we keep it moving? Yeah, let's keep it moving.
Okay, boom.
There's our top 3. Number 3, Justin Bieber. How can we not have the Biebs on this list? I mean, this guy keeps making hits. He's still doing it, and hate him or love him, man, the guy still is very creative, and he's doing it with a nice sound.
Yeah, agreed. It's funny how we got like a 3 in 1, but they just put out that pop star video.
Oh yeah,
and it was interesting that the Biebs is playing Drake. Which I think is, it's pretty fitting. He's like the epitome of pop star, right? And for him to be Canadian, that's amazing.
That's good. He's really doing us proud in the pop scene. Number 2, we said Neil Young. V, I know you really wanted to have this guy on high on this list.
Yeah, he's just, generational, like, and just iconic. Similar to Biebs, but he speaks to a different generation, right? A different genre. And I had to put him on because unique voices. He's got that nasal. Us nasal artists have to stick together. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Most definitely.
Drake's got a bit of a nasally voice too.
Hey, let's round it up with Drake there with the nasally. Drake, he's got banger after banger. He's top on all the charts. And what I like about him is that he's sort of bigger than music now. He's sort of transcending a little bit more. He definitely has his foot into acting a little bit, but with his drink, his vodka Virginia Black whiskey, and all the stuff he does with the Toronto Raptors. I gotta love all that. So
no, I mean, yeah, he's he's like so business savvy, you know.
Yes.
He can't like go wrong. And I think maybe it'll be interesting to see. Maybe we'll revisit this list and like come season like 5 or something, or season 3 or something.
Yeah.
See where all these people have grown from there, you know, because there's some serious ones that we missed off, like, you know, potentially a lot of people were saying Rush, and
well,
you know,
let's grow this conversation. We have our 2 guests that are in the green room here, and I want to bring them in here, and I want to ask them what they think of our list. Well, they've been listening to us off camera right now, so hopefully they've kind of taken down a few notes about what our top 11 are, and let's see if they agree with us. So we're very, very blessed. We're going to have Paige Blossom join us in a second. Paige was our first ever feature artist. Like I said earlier off the top, she just dropped an EP called Vincent. This girl is super talented, and she's just scratching the surface. You know, you can see her all over social media because she's pushing herself really hard. We have some questions we want to ask her about the album, but certainly we want to get her opinion on Canadian music. And we got our boy Jeff Blackwood, one of our strongest supporters out there, music producer, living just outside of my hometown of Walkerton. I can't remember where he said it was from, but it's way up there. But certainly he comes with a very analytical and clever, focused eye. So I'd love to hear his thoughts on Canadian music as well.
Yeah, super positive people we're about to bring on, and yeah, I'm thrilled. Like I'm working on something with Blackwood now. We're in the mix, and he's, you know, very patient with me, and we're doing some really good. It's going to be a really great track. And then of course Paige, I really want to collab with her, and I know she wants to do too. So we're very excited for the future for both of them. So without further ado, let's bring on Paige Blossom and Jeff Blackwood. Here we go. Welcome to the
nice, Paige.
Hello.
Spot again. Holy cow! I don't know. I got some plans.
You get booted out, man. You're down on my level now.
Damn, I should be up there. Anyways, thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. Before we get started, before we get into everything, let's all raise a toast here for Paige. Congratulations, Paige, on dropping your EP, Vincent. I know this is a labor of love, and hard work finally pays off for you, so congratulations. Cheers.
Yes, cheers.
Cheers.
Congrats.
And cheers to you, Jeffrey Blackwood, for having a nice iced tea. I think was that iced tea water or flavor water?
This is Nestle Pure Life sparkling water, and it tastes like soda, man. Like I'm all about it. All about it. So, and I've went through all of them. I went through all of them. So,
nice. And Paige, are you just drinking straight champagne all day, or what are you drinking?
Just drink water from my mouth.
Oh, water. It looks like an empty bottle. Were you drinking anything at all, or are you just going through the motions?
No, I had water left. It's just I drank so much water that
in anticipation for the show, right?
She's got a sip in there. She's got a sip in there.
tiny bit.
Gotta make that last the next 20 minutes here, girl. All right, so thank you very much for joining us. Hopefully you guys have been paying attention earlier in the show. We were just talking a lot about Canadian music here, guys, and certainly we want to have your inputs. It's really cool that we're going to have the perspective of a singer, and we're going to have the perspective of a producer, along with a rapper. Where are you? Over there, yeah. So first off the top there, did you guys take a look at our list? Any thoughts off the top? Anything jump out at you?
Yeah, I noticed that I missed a couple when I was thinking of Canadian artists. Like, one that I really noticed was Leonard Cohen. I completely forgot about him for a bit, and I'm like, wait, but like he's one of my favorites as well, because I even performed like Hallelujah. Like, that was one of my favorite songs.
Oh yeah.
I remember hearing that at one of the open mics I think you did, or something, right?
I might have played it on the ukulele, but yeah. Tragically Hip is a huge one as well for me. So yeah, Celine Dion, of course, I love her stuff, especially.
You see, Celine Dion does matter.
Oh, I didn't say she didn't matter. I mean, like,
Are we saying? Yeah, go.
No,
Yeah.
go ahead. You're the guest here. Go ahead.
Are we saying who we would swap out, or just who we disagreed with, who we agreed with?
Well, in general, I mean, like, so we have those 3 on our list there. I mean, Celine Dion was pretty high up. Would you, Paige, I'm asking you specifically, would you put Leonard Cohen on, like, higher up on that list, or Tragically Hip higher up on that list?
Yeah, he's really up there for me. So
there you go. What about you, Jeff? What were your earlier thoughts on this?
Okay, so no Leonard Cohen for me. No Neil Young. I told V a story about Neil Young last night, and
feel free to share, please.
I respect the hell out of him. Like he's a fantastic songwriter, and he's had an amazing success, and he's definitely a Canadian legend. But his voice, for me, it just doesn't work. And when I first started singing back in high school, a friend's dad got a hold of a few demos that a buddy and I were listening to, and he called me up. He was all stoked, and he's like, yeah, love it. Love the Neil Young vibe you got going on the vocals. And I'm like, oh my God.
You're becoming your worst nightmare, right?
So God bless Neil Young. He was the man that made me try to get to be a better singer. So that's my story about him.
That's awesome. So what else? Are you satisfied with the rest of the way that we had that there though?
Celine, I respect that. I would probably put in, for me personally, I would put in City and Color, just as a personal like influence. And then like I realized we didn't hit on Avril Lavigne at all. I don't think.
Ooh.
I think I don't know if we missed that one, but I'm With You. I love that track, and that first record was monumental. And then I had, like, when I was kind of growing up, it was all about the pop punk. So I have like Simple Plan, Sum 41. There was a band called Cauterize, Gob, Treble Charger, Ill Scarlet, Mariana's Trench.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Yeah. The Tea Party.
Tea Party. Tea Party was good. Yeah. So those would have been.
We're definitely
aging ourselves.
Yeah, dating ourselves.
Yeah, we are. But no, that list it's a good list for sure.
Paige, I think that you mentioned that Sam Mendes was
Shawn Mendes,
right?
Yeah.
Shawn Mendes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Shawn Mendes. Would he make your top 10?
Yeah, he would.
He definitely would, eh? Yeah. So someone's got to go. Like, what about Shania Twain? Are both you guys keeping Shania Twain?
It's tough to take her off.
Yeah,
it's tough to take her off.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Are you guys both keeping Bryan Adams?
Yeah,
No. Probably not. I'm just trying to think who I would put in. That's the hardest part, right?
Well, some other names that didn't make the cut that were close. We had Rush, Shawn Mendes.
Who's Sam Mendes?
I'm thinking of Sam Roberts. Is what I'm.
Oh, Sam Roberts. Yeah.
Sam Roberts.
I'm like, you know a Sam Mendes in your personal life?
Maybe. I think he's a director. I'm a big fan of Sam. He directed Spectre and American Beauty. Anyways, Avril Lavigne, Nelly Furtado, Carly Rae Jepsen, Deadmau5, Sloan, Alessia Cara was the other one, right? So definitely like a lot of talented, right?
Yeah.
Were there any songs for you guys? Like, were there any particular songs that stood out? I know we mentioned the Celine Dion's "My Heart Will Go On" as being a massive track. Paige, you mentioned Celine. Like, was there a song that stood out for you for her?
It's "My Heart Will Go On."
It is "My Heart." Have you performed that?
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. So.
Yeah.
You played that?
I sing it every now and then. I don't think
respect
a performance of it, but I hope to at some point. So.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love that song.
All right, well, that's pretty good. I'm glad. See, our tastes aren't that far off, and it's cool to see some other perspectives on there. I'd love to, really kind of flesh this out a little bit more, because really you can have like a top 50 of Canadian songs.
Digima said Katie Lang. Katie Lang, that was off the list. Yeah. Broken Social Scene and like all the groups part of that. So Metric, Stars. Remember Jason Collette? Grimes. She's Canadian.
They're big on Grimes.
I feel like it's so funny. Like you think of all these ones beforehand, and then when you get on the air, you're like, where you forget about them all. Alanis Morissette.
Oh my gosh! Isn't it ironic that we forgot about her?
Yeah. I posted that on the list. Death from Above. Death from Above's huge.
Oh, they were huge.
I love that,
Right. Yeah, they had a moment.
We said Our Lady Peace.
They were a big one for me, for sure.
Deadmau5?
We mentioned Deadmau5. Yeah, most definitely. Paul Anka.
Ooh, he's Canadian, yeah.
What about out of this list?
Gordon Lightfoot.
Gordon Lightfoot, legend. Who's been to a show of any of these artists?
Arcade Fire.
Well, I did see. I was at a wedding in Cobble Beach. I've mentioned this story a few times, but the Tenors were the invited guests to sing for the bride at a wedding I was at. The Canadian Tenors, which was kind of mind blowing to have them personally sing for like a group of us of like 50 people. You know, so
nice.
Pretty impressive.
The Canadian Tenors. What about you guys?
I went to like the weekday performance thing, and Tragically Hip was actually performing there. So.
How'd you find the Hip? How'd you find their performance, their show?
Yeah, I really liked it. They were awesome. I love that.
Did they have good energy? I mean, like that's pretty cool that you got to see Gordon Downey before he passed.
Yeah, that's.
How long before he passed was it?
I'm pretty sure it was like shortly before.
Like he knew
really?
At the time he knew he was sick.
Yeah.
Because he'd have to remember every single lyric and like have them written out, right, when he was performing. Like I think he'd have to, because his memory and everything, right? So yeah, I learned about that, and just crazy in that last performance to know that. I don't know if you guys watched that, like the live broadcast of it.
Right.
So good.
I think it was watched by like a record amount of Canadians or something, wasn't it?
In Kingston, right?
I'm not sure where it was. It sounds familiar. I think so, yeah. And but yeah, it was like it broke like some kind of record for the most amount of people. Like I think CBC or something was hosting it, and it was 11 million or something more. Maybe, I don't know, something big. Yeah.
I see in the chat group Joni Mitchell, right? There's another one.
Yeah.
Anytime that you Google, I can see it. Yeah. Anytime that you Google the top Canadian artist, Joni Mitchell seems to pop up on that list as well.
I've seen a few. I'm just going down the list here. So I've seen City and Color like a trillion times. I saw Deadmau5. I saw Shawn Mendes play one song with John Mayer a few years ago. He kind of came out for like a surprise performance in Toronto. And then Simple Plan, Cauterize, that was my own. Was Sum 41 I've seen. I think that's it.
Perfect. Well, hopefully we can get back to concerts. I know Paige and I were talking a little bit before we are all getting started about whether or not you miss live performances. And Paige, for you, like, what do you miss the most about these live performances? Is it just getting an opportunity to sing at the top of your lungs, or is it the human connection?
Being able to just be there, like in front of all the people, and then just being like actually physically there.
Mm-hmm.
And just being able to feel the vibe of the audience while you're singing, and just.
You personally, as a performer, when you're on stage, are you moving around a lot, or are you like looking around a lot, or are you just sort of like in your own music?
I do. I move around and all that every now and then.
Yeah. What about you, Mems? You're pretty mobile.
Yeah, I have like this weird like because I was watching some of my videos and stuff. I've got this weird like hand twitch thing that I do, which is kind of funny. I guess it's like I don't know if it's a nervous thing or something that just happens. And like, so just say, how rappers like sometimes like.
I think I think it's hand talking, man. I've seen some of your videos, but I think it's just, I don't think it's not a bad thing. I think everyone like over criticizes their own stuff, right? And like I've done the same thing. It's like, oh my God, I'm looking at the ground or whatever, and it's like no one notices that. So it's a good thing. I think everyone needs to have their thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Mine is that my hand just friggin' loses control.
Hand talking, bro. I miss concerts a lot. I would host an open mic once a week, or once a month, before this. So that part of it, and just getting together, to play music and to watch people play music and to talk about music and meet new people. But we were saying off air how this has been an amazing opportunity to meet people, right? Like we're talking about meeting people at open mics and events, but I don't know about you guys, but I've met tons of new people over the past number of months just through online virtual meetings and whatnot. So
That's right. I
We at
do
least
think
have
that
that.
that's sort of like a benefit from the virus that we kind of overlook is that it's forced people to go online and get out there and be more interactive. Something like this platform, even doing this conversation right now, we wouldn't have had this if not for the virus. I don't think probably.
We're out right now. This is us being out.
This is us being
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I did want to. We do have some future artists that we're going to be talking about a little bit, and Paige and Blackwood. Hopefully, you guys joined us for this conversation about the future artists. I know you guys had to listen to their sounds and their songs, but I did want to spend a couple minutes, Paige, specifically talking about you and your album that you just finished dropping there. So once again, congratulations to you. This is, like I said off the top, hard work paid off. I know when we first featured you weeks and weeks and weeks ago, at that point you mentioned to me, I asked you about your song. You told me about how Vincent van Gogh was an inspiration for you.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Vincent and the title of your album kind of stems from that as well.
Yeah.
How good does it feel to finally have it out there?
It's kind of nice. I feel like there was a lot of work being put into how everything was going to be, getting people out there, trying to get everyone to support and listen to all my songs and all that, and just it's kind of nice to be able to feel a bit more relaxed.
Well, definitely. Does it feel like a weight's lifted off your shoulder?
Yeah, kind of. I get a bit nervous when it comes to talking to people a lot of the time, so it's like having to actually go out there and get the attention that I want. It's just a bit complicated for me because I get really nervous around those kinds of things.
Right.
But yeah.
It's a learning experience, though. It's a learning experience, and for those that didn't know, like I approached Paige to be on the show at the beginning, and she wasn't ready, or I think she had something going on that day.
She didn't trust us, man. She's like, who are these two idiots that want to ask me on the show? These jokers, man. We didn't have nothing to our name at that point, yo.
Right. But you know what? We had some good conversations, Paige and I, and since then, she's been on a number of different shows. And I think that's a testament to the way she approaches things and the way she's hustling. And I think everything is a learning experience. Right? Mm-hmm. For all you artists out there, all you can do is try, right? And I think Blackwood, you told me, right? Failing forward, isn't that what it is called? Like you said to me, right?
Oh yeah. You have to. Because if you're not failing, you're not trying at anything.
Most definitely. And we've all sort of grown in this time. Even V, you've grown. Paige, you've grown over this little bit, and myself, Blackwood, I'm assuming you're growing as well.
Maybe a little bit.
But I did want to say to Paige, kind of going back to the album and such, things are changed now. You're doing more interviews and stuff, and you're not having to create. So you're kind of in a promotional phase of your album where you're kind of pushing all your stuff. Have you already had ideas and thoughts about future work, or do you have other songs that
I have a whole new album in the works kind of thing.
Already, eh? Already.
I have about 12 songs planned for that.
Do you have a concept or a theme for the album already?
Yeah, a bit. So I'm mostly working on also getting that written as well. So.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, I mean, and to your point, I do think that Paige, you've been hustling real hard. On Instagram, we are following your activity, and I see you popping up all over the place. So that's very, very commendable. I did want to pick your brain a little bit. Here at Humble and Hungry, we try to kind of give some ideas and some thoughts and some tips back to other artists that may be watching here. And one thing that impressed me. Oh, sorry. Hey, look at that love. You got some love already.
Got some love for you there. Sorry, Blackwood.
Sorry, Blackwood. But Paige, amazing.
Oh, I'd rather that there.
No problem. But you just ruined my train of thought. I can't even remember what I was going to say to you now. But anyways, let's kind of transition to a different question, though. I did want to ask you about your favorite songs on this album here, and which one was your favorite song?
Personally, I have to go with Bittersweet. I just kind of feel like it's the most like, personally, I feel like I spent a lot of time working on that one myself, so it just feels really personal to me.
Nice. And how would you just so you mentioned that you have another album in the works and you've been continually creating. Do you feel that this whole Corona era, this whole COVID time, has that forced you to be more creative? Do you think that's sort of inspired you more because you've had less
I feel
contact?
like because of COVID, a lot of things I used to do, I can't really do anymore because I used to be going out all the time, and now I can't. So it's like finding other things to do with my time. So one of those things would be writing and all that. So I just feel like there's so much extra time now that I can spend on working on my craft, and
Right.
that
Most of,
I'm not
oh,
affected with
I
anything.
remember what I was going to ask you now. I remember what I was going to ask you. It had to do with your social media and your ability to promote, right? And a few weeks ago, we had a different guest, Abisi, on us. Shout outs to Abisi if you're watching there. Abisi was talking about scheduling her posts and how it's important to have reminders or to have like a calendar there to do that. And V, I know you do similar things. I do similar things. Paige, how do you manage your social media?
Well, yeah, usually I have people helping, especially with all the promotion stuff, because it's really hard to be able to do that on my own. So I have this company that I'm working with that's helping me out with all the promotion stuff. And post wise, I have my ideas. My mom likes to help me out a tiny bit with like post ideas and stuff. So that
This outside group that's helping you, has it been like a big relief to not have to worry about that yourself as an artist?
yeah, it like I feel like if I had that all, I would not be doing all the promotions I'm doing right now if it weren't for them. They've helped me so much. So
I see. So V, you might want to, I know V, your plate is starting to get more and more full, with all the stuff that you're doing here. How can we? Oh, sorry, sorry. Do you want to put that quote up again?
Which one?
I don't know. Do you see the chat group there? There was an apology to Jeff there because a comment keeps on blocking you.
Oh, it's all good. No, it's all good. It's all good.
You see that?
It's important to get the people on there. That's
It's important to get the feedback. Sorry, you got the worst block.
I'm here for the people.
Jeff is one of the most positive people you will meet, so I'm sure he does not mind. So
No,
we know
all
we're gonna
good.
be okay. So Paige, you got this next album that you're gonna potentially put out there soon, or it's in the works right now. Are you afraid that like that album's gonna drop before you have an opportunity to perform songs from this album because of the coronavirus, or do you just want to get music out there no matter what?
yeah, I'm more about just getting the music out there. I'm not really worried about performances. I've also done a few performances online, so I've played a few of my songs that way, and so I
Nice.
have that at least. And yeah, I'm mostly about getting more out there. So you just keep working on that as well.
There you go. It's definitely a hustle, right? Like it's a constant grind to be working, but it's really nice to know that there's a team out there to support you with all this. And V, similarly to you, like you got your team. I'm here. Jeff's here, right? We're supporting you. We got your back as well, and hopefully more in the future.
yeah, that's part of the learning curve. We got to learn how to manage everything and fail forward, like Jeff said, and it's it's I think one of the things that someone sent to me, listener or viewer Linda, a good friend of mine. She sent me, a lot of the enjoyment isn't like so much the release of it or the it being done. It's actually the process. So you got to find a way, because if you want to do this as a career, you're going to have to enjoy the process more than the actual outcome, right? So I think that's something I've been like kind of toying with, is because I was even telling, I think Blackwood or someone, I was telling that I thought I'd be happier, more in just feeling more happy that my music was out there, but for whatever reason I wasn't. And I think the fact that I needed to reassess where I was putting my energy and what was bringing me real happiness. And I think what I really like is, Jeff must have sent me like 3 emails today about like tracks. And for me, like, I enjoy that. I'm like giddy to like go see what Jeff has done. You know what I mean? And I'm also really thankful and excited to work with someone like that makes you excited to want to check things out. That to me is way more important than what happens with the track. So Jeff, just know that, okay?
It's part of the journey, right?
Man, well said. Absolutely. Yeah, you can't be looking forward to something being like completed or done, because then you're done. You don't want to be done anything, right? You want to just enjoy what you do on a kind of a week to week. Obviously, there's going to be parts of everything that you love that you like. Paige, there's probably things about being an artist and B2, like the promotional side, maybe that's difficult, or interviews or whatever it is. But if you keep focused on the fact that this is what I love to do and this will allow me to perform more or create music, like you said, V, then it's all worth it.
Yeah. Most definitely. So let's table that there, and let's transition, because there's a couple of feature artists that we want to get to before we wrap up the show.
Okay. And before we do so, like Jeff, if this gets on your face, man, just like maybe prop yourself up or something. You know what I mean?
I got to go right to the top of the screen here.
Yeah, there you go. Season two, we will have these bugs fixed.
That's right. Hey, B, there's some awesome comments going on there. Check the comments there. Put some on the screen there. That's some great.
Okay, we got Bobby. Sorry, Jeff. We got Bobby. Shout out to Bobby. Much love.
There. This is perfect. Good. Throw them all up.
Highly.
Good.
We got some from Digi Ma. I know Digi was watching earlier. I don't know if she's still watching H&H.
Yeah.
There. Right. We got some Abithi love. Love seeing all the Right. My first event. Oh, there's even Dante needs to prop up for this one. There you go.
Hey, yo. I love that.
Still here. Much love. Okay. So let's get
grounded. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. So good. So we've got a couple indie features, like Dante was saying, and we got Beser and Wendy. Who do you guys want to start with?
Where do we want to start first? Let's go with Beser.
Okay, let's go with Beser. It is. Okay.
All right. So Beser, like you're saying, he's a guy from Mexico, and he's dropping a song called "Other Side." I'm gonna play it in the background faintly so we can hear it in the background. But like, it's a good kind of throw. In my opinion, it felt like a throwback to a '90s rock song, but in a good way. He's got a cool song, and if you check out the video, which I strongly suggest and recommend to you guys, I don't know if you did or not, but "Other Side" by Beser, the video, really cool concept. So let me get your thoughts on this first before I go too deep, before I go any further.
Yeah, so I'll jump in there, and then we'll give Paige and Jeff the floor as well. But you know what? I do know where I met this artist, because I know a lot of times you ask me and I have no idea, or I can't recall. But I met Beser actually at the Music Expo, and remember they had those like networking opportunities where you can like go into a room and meet someone.
Oh yeah.
I met Beser like that. Isn't that crazy? And
Awesome.
So yeah, I met him, and I was telling him about the Humble and Hungry initiative, and I was like, "Hey man, like this is what we're doing. Follow us on Instagram." He did. He's been super supportive since the week. He's also in my pre-save group that Paige is also a part of, and it's really cool to see all these groups come together and people support each other. I love it so much. And with the track, I love synths. So I love when that synth comes in the chorus, and I just find Beser to be a really natural vocalist. You can feel his authenticity when he sings, and he's a true artist where he's not compromising who he is. What you hear and what you see in the music video is what you get. He's in that like you were saying in the music video. It's like day to night. He's putting in the work. He's traveling. And
okay, so I'm gonna cut you off there, V, because I want to hear a little bit of opinions from these guys. Paige, what are your thoughts on the song?
I really really liked it. I especially liked the whole vibe of the song together. Like, I just felt like every time I hear it, I just start swaying along and smiling, and it just gave me that sort of vibe that just really, I get really into it. So
Nice. It's a very relaxed, chill vibe, most definitely. Jeff, what about you? What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I don't know what I can say that hasn't been said. I absolutely like it. For me, I guess the things that kind of stick are I really like the beat. Actually, both of these songs, I think they might be similar BPM. We'll have to look into that on the back end. I don't know, but the beat is fantastic, and some of the bass line, like V said, his authenticity and how he kind of brought the genuine feel to the song in terms of the vocal. And just any like solo artist, man, I have so much respect for if he put that all together himself, and maybe he tracked it himself, and mad respect for that in the video too. I'd like to know, I guess, where that was.
So let's touch on that real quick here. So basically, for those that don't know, so the video is basically him sitting on the street from what it looks like to be about midday through the day into the evening, and the lights certainly change around him from day to night. Was that a green screen, or was he actually sitting on the street?
He had to be sitting on the street, man.
You think so?
I didn't even think about the green screen. Maybe, yeah. We'll have to. Is he watching? We'll have to see if he.
Let us know in the comments if this is a green screen or not. So whether it's a green screen or not, he does seem like he's sitting there for a long time. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt, and that he actually was sitting on the street there. What are we talking, like 4 hours, 5 hours?
That's a grind. Yeah, yeah. That's a long time. Mad respect for that.
There the whole time, you mean?
Well, he just sat there cross-legged the whole time. It didn't see him get up to go to the washroom, and like I don't know. Did he have some water? I don't know.
Is this the time lapse? I think he did. He had a drink. There was a beverage of some kind there.
Was this legit, guys, or was this some like David Blaine trickery here going on? Like honestly.
We'll have to get that answer. I don't know. Also, I don't know, for some reason, I just thought back, Jimmy Eat World came to mind. I don't know why. So if he's watching or when he watches this, that's what I hear. And they were a big one for me.
Most definitely.
Still, yeah.
I think his song definitely lends itself to like I'm going to a bar and I can hear the live band playing, and this is the song that they're singing. This is.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, so some of his goals, he wants to finish a couple more tracks this year, and he wants to work on an EP for next year. So
it sounds like he did a lot of stuff by himself too. So kudos to him for working hard in what sounds like a band performance, but for one guy.
Yeah,
mad respect.
Solo hustle, it's a real thing. But yeah, shout out to Beser. Thank you for being involved in the Humble and Hungry groups and the pre-save groups, and supporting everyone. And we appreciate it. Any other closing comments before we?
I guess just follow his. Is that his tag? Is that his handle for every platform? Do you know, or most?
Yes. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Perfect. All right, so let's move on. So the next artist that we're going to feature, because we're giving you a double dose here on our final episode of the first season here, Miss Wendy Lucas. And Wendy Lucas, a song that we were looking at was a song called "I Love You." I thought it was a really awesome song. Again, this to me, this felt like another throwback track to me, like a 90s track. But this time, I definitely got strong classic TLC vibes from it. And I know, Jeff Blackwood, you have the same thoughts independently of me, so it must be kind of a prevalent thing here. But it's a really nice song as well. What were your guys' thoughts out there? Let's start up with Paige this time. Or did we start with Paige last time?
Start with Blackwood. Start with
Blackwood this time.
Okay, yeah, I have a few thoughts. There was a very cool intro. There was a lot of cool like samples and sounds going on. There was some rain to kind of bring you into the song, and then harmonies. Man, like for me, the harmonies were just prevalent throughout this song, and they were fantastic. I'd like to know if she does her own harmonies or if she has another vocalist that helps her. The TLC vibes again, like I said, strong beat and really, really good production, I thought, as well, to this track. So whoever produces, really, really modern sound with that kind of 90s vibe. Love it. I definitely hit save on that one for sure.
What about you, Paige? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with Jeff on a lot of those things. Like with the intro was really good. Like, I love that whole little. It had like a staticky, I guess, kind of thing. It was really cool, and the harmonies. Like, I'm a huge harmonies person, and I love harmonizing with everything. So just hearing harmonies throughout the whole song, that was really nice. And yeah, it was a really nice song in general.
Yeah. I mean, similar to you, she sounds like she's young as well, but she's a very mature sounding voice too. She's got good control of her voice. Does sound like it's a very personal story. V, I know you might have some details about some of her background.
Yeah, so she's from Boston, USA. Shout outs. And
except for against the Raptors guys, right? Am I right?
Yeah. Yes.
Except she's, Boston Raptors,
Oh yeah.
And Jays are in the series with the Red Sox right now.
So, yeah, no, you know what? We can still find common ground through music, even though our sports teams. And after this episode, we're back to being,
from this into this, right? Love for music,
love for Boston.
Yeah, but I respect what she's trying to do. Both these artists and Wendy, definitely, it's the intention behind the music that makes like a true artist to me. It's like, what do you want to do with it? And she, on a write up and things she told us, she wants to inspire others. She wants to inspire other people. You can hear that she's inspired by powerful people like Alicia Keys and her, and it really translates in her music to me. One of the other things that was notable is that she's like very much like Paige. She's hustling 24/7. She's doing promotions. She's writing. She's recording. It would have been smart if we were more organized.
We were smart.
Wait for season 2. If we put her on the do-it-yourself episode, because she's doing all those things. She mixes and masters her stuff. Like, that's phenomenal.
Wow.
And you know what I mean? Like that to me, I'm not. I can't do that. Like that's why I have the Jeff hanging down there. But it's like, that blows my mind. And I think some of her goals. She's got lofty goals. She wants to put out two singles a month.
Wow.
That's hard if you include the promo, right, Paige? That's not easy. So kudos to her. Her voice sounds very soulful, mature, and I'm curious to see how far she takes this thing.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm definitely curious to see where her path leads. Looks like she's starting to get some traction, and she's definitely a supporter of the Humble and Hungry family. So we do appreciate that.
Yeah. Is this her? Maybe this is her. Let us know in the comments if this is you, Valhalla.
Valhalla Viking. Beautiful. All right. Well, we're pushing along here. We got to wrap up the show here. So, respectfully, I think we're going to have to say goodbye to Paige and Jeff, so we can do our wrap it up show. So, from the bottom of my heart, and I'm gonna speak on behalf of V, we want to thank both of you guys very much for not only joining us on the show today, but for being supporters of us from the get-go, from the jump. And whatever we're doing here, and to see where it grows, we're definitely going to keep you guys in our hearts as inspiration. You guys helped us make us get some traction and feel like what we're doing is actually helping and benefiting some people out there. So we love this. We love what you guys are doing. Both of you guys are awesome people, and hopefully we can continue to do stuff like this more in the future.
Yes.
We love you guys, and you make everyone's Sunday better. So thank you guys for that. Absolutely.
Anything
Looking forward to season 2. Yeah, Paige, you go.
I was just saying thank you so much for having us here. I had a great time.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Paige. And definitely check out EP Vincent. It's out there right now. Some beautiful songs on that track. So let's look forward for that in the future. And thank you. So until next time, bye.
Bye, guys.
Paige. Bye, Jeff. And that was that.
Well, V, here we are.
It's not as easy as it looks to have 4 people on, does it?
No, it's not. It's nothing that we do is ever easy, So we seem to take the hard way for everything. But What a season, V. What a season. You know, for those people that don't know, we've had, I think this is 10 episodes that we've done on this platform, but we did another 5 or 6 before this on Instagram. So we've been giving you guys weekly content for a few months now. So this is a much needed and a much deserved break for V and myself, just to refresh our batteries and to work on some other things before we come back correct for season 2. V, how did you find season 1?
Yeah, a lot learning curve for sure, you know, with technology, with content, researching content, like
loved it, love that
kind of energy you need to put into something like this. You know, how to talk on like a live talk show and
right.
Get to the point and not be, you know, lots of learnings. And I think
absolutely, man,
we're growing. We appreciate, that's the whole premise behind Humble and Hungry, right? Is like growing and supporting people who want to grow and want to grow together. And that's what we want to do with this show. So
you're definitely right, man. Like, we've grown quite a bit, even with respect to social media and just promoting it and managing our topics and coordinating interviews. Shout outs to everyone that joined us for an interview or contributing a song for us to feature. We love all that. We love all you guys. We love all the interaction every week, all the people that join in on conversations. All that. That's gold for us. And that, until we get paid, that's our money, right? So that's what keeps us going. So, I mean, this is just going to be a short hiatus for us. We're going to be taking a bit of a break. V, I know you got a lot of things that you want to work on, some creative stuff yourself. I got some stuff I got to recharge my batteries as well. And we have a lot of ideas and thoughts already that we're putting towards season 2. So hopefully it's not too long of a hiatus.
Yeah.
What are you going to be doing in the off season now?
Yeah, I'm going to. So I just launched a merch store, and if you go to my website, vivekmemi.com, you can. I'll just put it down there so you can check.
Check out Vivek. Yeah, there's lots of cool shirts and stuff. Humble and Hungry and Vivek Memi specific.
Yeah, 100%. So if you go there, you can like click on store and. I'm trying to grow that. I'm learning how to do Facebook ads, Google ads, like YouTube ads, everything for that. I'm starting a starter company course that was put on through the city. So like that, the merch thing was through Shopify, and there was a program with that. Now there's a program to help me, take this Humble and Hungry business to the next level, and really engage with the community. And that's going to be pretty much full time, like leading up till the end of September. And then I've got a track that I want to release with Blackwood that we're going to put together for end of September, early October, as well as I'm recording some music for another producer, writing and vocals for them. And yeah, I'm busy, man. It's hard to manage your creative brain with your business brain. It's not always that fun, but
no. And for me, I mean, I still got my 9 to 5. I'll still be working, doing my thing as I normally do. But V, do you mind putting up North Pole Hoops there? If you want to follow me on top of my Instagram and my Twitter handle there, I'm also a writer for a company called North Pole Hoops. There you go. On the bottom there, northpolehoops.com. And I write all about the Toronto Raptors. I'm a beat writer for them and cover all the games that's going on right now. So you can catch my work. My articles get posted shortly after every single Raptors game. So go to northpolehoops.com. Support your boy, man. Support your boy. Add me to your Facebook. Or not Facebook. I'm not on Facebook. Add me to your Instagram. Add me to your Twitter. That's all I got.
Yeah, our social medias are there. And then one last thing that which is really cool for the show, before we sign off, we are going to be on a platform, which is pretty cool, because one of the things that this whole process has done is it introduced us to new markets. And one of our features, I think, was from Chile. You guys might remember Federico, who gets involved and is very supportive as well. I think that one of his fan base or someone who's connected with him was watching that episode and said, hey, we're starting a podcast forum and a podcast site, and we want you guys to be on it. So perfect. all of our content is going to be on this platform. We are Void, so you can follow them on Instagram to see the latest on that on the off season. They're going to take our audio from our videos and put that on different channels. So
are you saying that you can get our? You're saying that you can get our episodes in podcast form?
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. That's amazing, V.
Yeah. Oh, and what else is amazing? For our season finale, congratulations! You've received messages.
Hey, V, give me a high five, baby. Give me a high five.
Stream. Thank you, Digi. Thank you, Ambiti.
Don't leave me hanging, V. Give me a high five, man. No, man. Turn your hand around. There you go. Yeah, perfect. Nailed it, baby. We nailed it. For season 2, we're gonna have a whole handshake worked out. But we are looking for big things for season 2. Like V was saying, hopefully we're gonna update some of our equipment here, make the audio sound better. We're gonna have more guests. We're gonna have more interviews, more features, more engagement questions, and we're definitely gonna have you guys involved. We look definitely forward to that.
Yes. So I guess that's time to sign off. It's like, fall is always a season of change. It's got that bittersweetness to it, like summer is coming to an end. Speaking of bittersweet, shout outs to Paige right there. Got you, Paige. Don't think I forgot. Don't forget. But you got the, summer's ending, but there's still an excitement of newness, of things to come.
That's true.
We want all of our listeners, all of our humble and hungry fam to lean into the excitement of what's to come.
I love it, V. I love it. All right, well, that'll be that. Thank you very much for joining us this season. We look forward to seeing you guys again in a few weeks. We'll be back with some fresh content for y'all at the Humblist. And this is me, Dante, signing off. So peace and love, guys.
Peace out, guys. And yeah, stay in touch on Instagram and all the other social channels. Peace.